Hey everyone, welcome to this episode of The Rachel Cruze Show. And this is an Ask Rachel episode where I get to bring one of you here on the show. So I'm so excited to have Michelle on with me today. Hey Michelle, how are you?
Hi Rachel, how are you? I'm good.
Good. Okay, where are you calling from?
I am in Anger, North Carolina, which is near Raleigh.
That's a good spot. That's a good part of the country over in there. That's so great. Okay, so first, I'm just curious from you, where are you at just in your money journey?
So my husband and I are debt-free, except for our house.
Awesome.
Yeah, we're just trying to save up for a garage and all that exciting stuff.
So great. Do you guys have kids?
We have one child. He's 10 months old tomorrow.
Tomorrow. So sweet. Oh my goodness. That's a good age right there. That's a fun age. Okay, so you guys, I guess, are you on baby steps 4, 5, and 6 then?
Yes.
Awesome. So fully funded emergency fund, no debts, and yeah, you're doing it. That's so great. So what's your question?
So I hear on the Dave Ramsey show and on your show that never buy a house that is more than 25% of your income for the mortgage. Our house is about 7% of our income. Should we pay 25% or pay the 7% and then say after we buy our garage, really just pile on the payments?
Yeah. Okay. That's a great question. So it's about 7% of your take-home pay. So with your income, 7% of your income goes to the mortgage, which yes. So we say up to 25%. So that's the max. So it's 25% or below. Do you feel like you have a lot of extra income at the end of the month just based on your expenses being somewhat lower than that 25%?
Some months, yes.
Okay.
In the summer months, not so much. I'm currently in school to become an educator, and I'm using the GI Bill. I don't get paid while I'm not in school. So in the summer, we're a little tighter. And this last summer, we got a little nervous, and my husband's like, hey, let's just pay just above the minimum, and if we have anything extra, we'll throw at it.
Yeah. That's great. So when it comes to the mortgage, one piece of advice we always give is, for instance, as an example, if you have a 30-year versus a 15 and you can't refinance for some reason, we say, well, then just pay on the 30 like it's a 15, but actually make it auto draft, right, that you are consistently paying on it. Because I think what happens is we think, oh, well, if it's a 30-year mortgage, then we'll pay like it's a 15, but then life starts happening, right? And that doesn't always happen. So I'm saying all that say that's the same mindset with you guys, that if you said, yeah, we want to pay more on the mortgage, that auto draft, it makes it very easy because you have to work around it. Basically, it's kind of like a black and white, like, yeah, it's going to be coming out. So if it makes you, are you hesitant about it? Are you wanting to bump it up to 25%?
Yes.
Yeah,
so
you are.
I want to bump it up because then I know by 2033, I think it's January, we would be paid off.
Yeah.
But my husband's like, well, what if we want to build a back patio or pour concrete or just put money into the equity of the house?
Sure.
And then in the summer months, it's so tight. So I guess we kind of go back and forth.
So your lowest month, let me ask you this, your lowest month during the summer, what percentage would your mortgage be? Normally it's 7%. What would it be in your lowest month?
7%, because I base the budget off of our lowest income.
Oh, so it's 7% the lowest. Okay, so then what is it on a regular? Like 4%?
Yes.
Yeah, girl, Michelle, pump that thing up. Because you have the margin, is what I'm saying, is that you don't have to go all the way to 25%. If that makes him uncomfortable, say, okay, let's just go to at least 15%. You could at least double it, create a lot of grounds. And if you guys want to save up for something, then save up for it on the side. But I mean, if that 25%, if you've done the math and you know that's the fastest you can get out of debt, which I think you could even get out of debt faster than that. But that 25%, I would make it as diligent as possible to do that every single month. And maybe to make him comfortable and to meet in the middle, maybe bump it up, double it. So go to 15%. And then live in that budget, and you'll start to see that's your new normal. And again, with the margin you guys have, you're gonna be able to say, okay, we could even throw even more at the mortgage. But you are on baby steps 4, 5, and 6, which is where we always say that's where you can kind of take your foot off the pedal, right? 1, 2, and 3, I mean, it is just like game on, like you're just going. But this is the time, you're right, that if you want to build a deck, that's when you get to, because you're on baby steps 4, 5, and 6, you get to do other things. That baby step 6 of paying off the mortgage early, it is a goal, but it's not one that you have to be like crazy about. But I would say 15% of your income is not being crazy. So if I were you guys, I would bump it up a little bit where he feels good, you feel good. And again, maybe it's that 15%. And then being diligent to say, let's try to pay it on the as if it's 25% of our take-home pay. So you'll pay a little bit more, but it won't be that automatic. Does that make sense?
Okay, that does make sense.
Does that feel good? How do you feel with that? Or you just want to do the 25?
I mean, I want to do the 25, but meeting in the middle, he has to be comfortable too. And we keep telling ourselves, when I graduate and get my job as an elementary education teacher, we'll just live how we're living and put my entire paycheck on the house.
That's exactly right.
So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, and you know what? People that we talk to so many times, on average, we're finding it's that the mortgage is paid off in 7 to 8 years. And for you guys, like you said, you're going to have a whole other salary to help pay off that mortgage. And that's what we find is once you are debt-free, you start to see as life happens, people transition jobs, they get raises, they get promotions, they add in an extra income. I mean, life starts to happen, which usually is an increase, is what we find with many people. So hopefully that's the story for you guys, and you can pay it off even faster than that date you had set out, which I think you guys can. So I hope that helps, Michelle. Thank you so much for the question.
Thanks for having me. It was a pleasure being on your show. I watch you all the time.
Oh, so great. Well, thanks. And you're living proof, you guys. There she is, Michelle, living proof. Baby steps 4, 5, and 6 can happen. And I love, the thing about money and this whole plan is that, yes, there is black and white baby steps of like, you do this, this, and this. But then within that, you get to create an environment that you want in your household. And it's like, yeah, okay, we don't want any more than 25% of our take-home pay going to our mortgage. But if we have the margin and the ability to pay it off even faster, what it does in the momentum and getting that mortgage paid off, I mean, it's an incredible thing, but you get to decide that percentage. And that's the great thing, is it's your life. And that's why we always say on the show, to take control of your money and create a life you love, because I truly believe that. Now, if you guys have a question and you want to be a guest on the show, you can ask your question on any of my social media channels. So YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, anywhere, just ask a question and our team will contact you. So thanks again, Michelle, for being on. And remember, you guys, to take control of your money and create a life you love.